And we are back with the Eastern European DPC Division 2. I'm Harry Freak and I'm going to be bringing you the Dota action of today. And today we have two best of 3 series, and it is going to be Team Sexys versus UALEIKUMNIHAO, and of course Navi Jr. versus Namiga Gaming to today. That is going to be happening right after this first series. This is going to be an interesting day. I think these teams, they have definitely shown promise. Every single one of them has shown that they can play Dota, that they can show us what's up. And actually, we already have a draft on our hands, so the teams are definitely ready for battle. And that's what we're here for, battle in Dota.
10 seconds remaining.
As we're all looking forward to. And
team ban.
Sexy, they got their monkey.
Radiant team ban.
Two of their, I'd say, maybe not most picked heroes, but heroes that they would always prefer. This is the preferred opening for Team Sexy if they have the first pick.
Team ban.
Has showed us multiple times that he is a beast on the position for Monkey, and every single team has been banning it against him. The side of UALEIKUMNIHAO, they decide, well, we can beat you. And I wouldn't want to be in their skin. The matches that I watched him play the Monkey King, they were amazing. But UALEIKUMNIHAO, they're gonna have the Rubik and the Doom. So that's a pretty standard opening, right? Doom is currently a pretty popular hero. Some teams even play him on position 1. But I'm gonna assume that this is gonna be Sugarrat playing it, though. I don't think that it is a foreign concept to Palantimo, so he probably would be capable of taking it for himself. So far, these teams, how they're looking on the standings, UALEIKUMNIHAO, they're 1-1. So not bad, not good. Team Sexy 2-1, a little bit better, but that just means they had one game more to play. UALEIKUMNIHAO, they lost to Namiga, and they won against Moneymakers. So, you know, they've already played two very powerful teams. Team Sexy, also regarded as one of the better teams here. No, we don't know. Everything is so close. The only team that has really dropped the ball is Sigma YNT, and no Sorry are there in the fray as well. I don't know what's happening to No Sorry. Those are some big names on their side, but it seems as more time is passing that it's becoming worse and worse for them as a team. Maybe some changes are in order, but that's not for us to decide. We can just hope that we get the best possible Dota action, and No Sorry currently aren't giving us that. Whereas UALEIKUMNIHAO and Team Sexy, they have been pretty solid. These are the two teams that qualify through the qualifiers. Team Sexy were number 2, UALEIKUMNIHAO number 1. So we could say on paper that UALEIKUMNIHAO are a bit better, but that doesn't have to mean much. Time has passed, teams get better. DPC does force you to improve every single day. So we're gonna see just how good these teams are now and how they fare against each other. Phoenix coming out. This is a very good Phoenix game, though. I haven't seen a Phoenix be successful for a very long time in Division 2, right? Like, that it impresses. Of course, we're gonna see it win from time to time. That's not the issue. But just the way that the hero gets played is a bit too slow. We don't see its ulti being used too well. We don't see it in combinations with some other big ultimates that are going to protect the egg or keep the enemies in place. It's weird. It's weird. But hero has been making a comeback, and against the Monkey King and the Visage, it's amazing, right? These heroes don't do anything to the Phoenix. Their attack speed is kind of bad. You can take the Monkey King from the trees, you can burn through the Great Keeper's Cloak pretty fast with any of your spells, so that just makes the Phoenix just the perfect pick here. So, Team Sexy now, they're gonna have to think about how to deal with this Phoenix egg. You have the Snapfire in the pool. If you would want to pick it up, you can put it mid, position 5. Offlane is off limits, I guess, right now. So, what's it gonna be? They go for the Primal Beast. I'm guessing that's gonna be Moonlight on the Primal Beast. He has played it in the past. Let me see against which teams. Was it him? I think it was. Oh, actually, no. Primal Beasts.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, this is their first Primal Beast of the
5
tournament. But considering that Nefrit is almost always the Visage, and
Radiant team picked.
I haven't seen them play at position 4. I'm gonna assume that's the case. They go for a Mirana. H-Do has been known to play the Mirana. That's their position 5 till the end. He rebranded himself. I'm gonna assume that's a 5. So what they're missing is a carry or a 4. Or maybe it's a 4 Mirana, carry Monkey King, and you need the 5 either way. They did leave it somewhat open. But just because of the confidence that he has shown on the Monkey King on 9 class, I'm going to assume he's going to be the one playing it. So, you have the Mirana, that's somewhat of a hero that allows you to kill the egg. Primal Beast and the Monkey are still pretty much useless versus it. I guess a position 1 Monkey super farmed is just as good as any other agility hero, or not just as good, but solid, right? You're gonna have decent attack speed, but we'll see if they do put it there. And the carry Monkey King is a little bit too risky versus a Phoenix, because he's gonna take you from the trees quite easily if he's paying attention. You get brought down from the trees, egg comes out, you get stunned for 4 seconds, then after that 1 for 2. It's a problem. It's really a problem. So I still believe this is a 5 Mirana, 4 Monkey. The Bat coming out. That's a really good hero versus the Visage. In the mid versus the Primal Beast, well, following the Bat with your Trample is a bad idea. But I like this pick. I really do. It's a BKB piercing disable, and considering you're up against the Primal Beast, you're probably going to be needing that. You buy a BKB pretty early on. These heroes do no physical damage whatsoever. I'm loving it. I actually think that UALEIKUMNIHAO has outdid themselves with the draft. You also took care of some heroes like the Terrorblade that now Team Sexy are going to be banning out. That might be a good carry for Team Sexy. And I guess you can ban out some Ursa's Larks. Okay, they think it's a Monkey King carry and a position 4 Primal Beast. I'm guessing if there's someone on their team that can play the Primal Beast, is going to be 9 class as a support. I've seen this played as a position 4 from Monaspa. Desire does it, and he is a beast on it. No pun intended, but I haven't seen Team Sexy utilize it in the DPC so far. How has Bat looked here in the in Division 2? I don't recall too many Bat games. 1 and 3, yeah. The hero, for some reason, in Eastern Europe is just not looking good. Even in Division 1 in the previous tour, it was picked a couple of times, looked bad, people just let it go. Just completely threw it away. They ban out the Viper. Okay, so they're expecting a potential offlane pick. The Huskar will get removed as well. That's something that Team Sexy have used. I still think they pick up a carry right now. Slark Ursa.
10 seconds remaining.
Those are the ones that come to mind. Good versus the Phoenix. Good versus the Bat.
5 seconds remaining.
Solid versus the Doom. Morphling also would be an okay one, but I think the laning stage would be kind of problematic. And you get countered more easily than with your Slark combination. Especially now with the ban of the Viper. I'm assuming they want to go that route. I doubt. There's a Slark. So what do you do now? Actually, Faceless Void looks amazing here, to be honest. You have a lot of damage on all of your heroes. You are going to be a little bit cooldown dependent, but your heroes can fight without that as well. You are a counter to the Slark. In the laning phase, you can deal with the damage from the Soul Assumption. Your lanes might be a bit weaker. But if you're like 4 or 5k gold behind, you're still gonna be fine. Anything else that comes to mind here? Can actually lane pretty well versus the Visage Monkey. Not sure. Trying to look at it here. I still see Faces Void as the best one, but what have they played so far? Played a Terrorblade, Nature's Prophet, those ones you can't play. They're banned. Abaddon is something they played, which against the Slark isn't the best of heroes. They played the Naga Siren, which I wouldn't hate, to be honest.
You may now select.
Okay, that's a good hero versus the Slark. Something that they haven't played so far in UALEIKUMNIHAO. It is a Palantimos hero. Back in the day, he was well known for a Seeker. He knows how to utilize the hero. The Slark hates playing against it, not only because of the Rupture and moving inside of a fight, but also because if you get super low in your jungle, your ulti is not going to work. You have to disengage. I mean, the passive side of your ulti won't work. You have to disengage from a fight earlier, because if you're low enough, then the Shadow Dance doesn't kick in. Interesting. I love it. I think that UALEIKUMNIHAO have outdone themselves. This is actually better than the Faces Void because it has better laning phase. It is a problem that if you start falling behind with this lineup, you're in trouble. You don't have the team fight or the late game potentially would have with the Faceless Void. But when it comes to... So you're more vulnerable to make mistakes. And if the early game goes badly, there's low chances of you coming back. But... in my mind, they should be able to take this one, UALEIKUMNIHAO. Their draft to me seems a little bit better. The Batrider is also an amazing pick. The only one that deals well will use the Slark. So yeah, I do think I'm leaning towards UALEIKUMNIHAO a little bit. They seem to have the draft a little bit more in order. But we'll talk about it more after a break and after the nice ad that was provided by our sponsors over at TGB.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600. Cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
And there we are, back in Dota. We had one day of a break here at the Eastern European DPC Division 2. Of course, there's not going to be games each and every day, but Dota is always coming your way. And we will be watching these two teams go up against each other. Team Sexy, they have their best heroes. So I think that UALEIKUMNIHAO responded perfectly, but that's also one thing that you have to keep in mind is how much someone is comfortable with the pick, right? I don't think UALEIKUMNIHAO are uncomfortable with theirs, but they're definitely not as comfortable as their enemies. So that is definitely going to impact this one. Give a little bit of an edge to Team Sexy that they might need. But if the Radiant side plays everything well, in my mind, Team Sexy, they're not going to be capable of winning this one. 7 Jessu, Slark giving that night vision. Looking at the Batrider, but that can't do much. And 9 Glass, well, he's doing his own thing. Being super annoying. This is something that he's going to be doing quite a lot. And he's the one that should try to change the outcome of the mid lane. He did it in the games that I watched him. But this bottom lane isn't going to be easy. You're up against the Seeker. He tends to be pretty self-sustaining, so the Soul Assumption probably won't hurt him. And none of these two heroes like playing versus the Phoenix. 3 runes for Team... 4? Is that 4 runes for Team Sexy? Okay, that's a good start. An amazing start, especially when you look at the mid laners. I'm guessing that the Primal Beast will be going in, trying to poke on the Batrider, and then if you have the bottle earlier, if you harass him more, you can maybe go in for a kill, which isn't something that you expect to happen in this lane, especially not in favor of the Primal Beast. But things in Dota do happen, and changes can be made. 9 Glass, we'll see just just how well he can secure this lane for his buddy. And Mary, one more soul assumption, maybe could have done the deed, but he did have a fairy fire, so it seems like his life wasn't really in any kind of jeopardy. I still don't think they're gonna be able to stop the Bloodseeker from farming. It just doesn't seem as a possibility. Sugarrat on a Doom. This guy loves his zoo heroes, but has been adjusting throughout the seasons. You're up against the Rubik as well. Mirana cannot trade with the Rubik. Slark, well, he's gonna be harassed more by the Rubik than the Mirana. And of course, it's a little bit easier to position yourself as a position 4 than a position 5, not to get hit by creeps and stuff like that. So look at Till the End, who is just gonna be pushed back by Bexen. Usually with the Slark, you want to be aggressive in the lane. This lane seems like 7 Jesu will just be focusing on getting as many CS as possible. He actually started off with a bracer on the Slark. That's something that we don't see too often, but he is aware that a lot of harassment will be coming his way. And not a lot of physical damage harassment, but more so with spells, especially the Fade Bolt and the Scorched Earth are some of the things that he's gonna have to try to deal with. We're seeing that the Mirana is doing her best to try to give more experience to the Slark. And I definitely agree with this. Oh, Boundless Strike. Pantimos barely survives. 9 class, dropping low, dodges that hit from the tower. Wouldn't have died either way. Now they're level 2, but that's a lot of damage done. Still, if you don't kill them in the first 3-4 minutes, the raindrops will come out, and then it's gonna be easier for Pantimos to stay in this lane safely. But yeah, look at the Seeker getting all of the CS, getting his HP back up, get a couple of denies as well, and you're back. Still, I have to say, 6 denies on Nefrit isn't something I expected. Till the End, being an annoying Mirana. That's what Miranas do. A double Starstorm. The build as a position 5 popularized by snaking the TI champion, current champion himself, and Nefrit. Does get himself the first blood. 9 class. He will be able to get away. Bloodseeker, no boots. He has a lot of movement speed because of the thirst, but it's still level 1 thirst. And you know, it's not worth it chasing for that kill, which you probably don't even get. We have had some issues with the lag and the FPS here in Tour 2, but it seems like this time around is just a voice problem. I'm guessing the Division 1 teams will always have maybe better internet, better PCs. Makes sense. But Division 2 players should probably have good enough things. Maybe it's some patches in Dota that are still a little bit unstable. Speaking of which, people have already started with the rumors about the new patch. Oh, there might be a second Roche. Oh, yeah. How the hell do you know? Like, who leaked it to you? Though I have to say, I know from my country, some of the people I've personally met have sometimes worked on the Dota patches. And they tend to be sometimes a bit more talkative. You know, you're like, oh, you have something to say. No, I can't say. I'm not going to reveal it, but... And then, you know, things like that. So maybe someone somewhere talked to a person, and they started spreading the rumors. You never know. You never know. People can be pretty revealing, at least on something. And something big like a second Roche could come out. Though I doubt it. I personally doubt it. Guys, don't get too excited. Let's wait for the patch to come. It should be coming in less than 2 weeks, right? I'm guessing they're not going to be releasing it before the Division 2 ends. Maybe they do for some tiebreakers. I don't know. Or they make an option so that the Tour 2 can be finished on the previous patch. Something that... It can be done in Dota 2 currently. Which is somewhat of a bummer, you know, when there were tournaments in Dota 1 and the new map would come out, it would still be said, okay, this map is played on 672D, And then if an E patch comes out, oh, this tournament is played on D, and it will be finished on D, so that's the one that we're gonna host. That'll actually be a cool thing. Would be a bit of a disadvantage for teams that might be playing a tournament and are going into something bigger after that one, given that everybody else is practicing, and of course you can't practice it in pubs, but the option of it would be okay. So then maybe players in collaboration with the admins could decide. Anyways, just ranting here, but we are back into the game, so I can stop now. I don't have to make up any more theories, because it's gonna be Dota that is gonna be entertaining all of us. 7 just has to be very careful. He's gonna have the pounce and gets himself away. Eats through the trees, survives, regret.
Dire's middle tower.
He doesn't think so. He's chasing him down, and actually they see him because of the thirst, so he can't get close. Nefrit will get smacked up a little bit, and the Seeker gets out. This is the thing. You see people getting low on the other side of the map, and, well, you know that you're stronger, you know that you're faster. So you utilize that advantage, and I mean, looking at the lanes, actually Hazel lost his versus the Primal Beast. Primal Beast didn't try to go for kills, but he did CS better. And Primal Beast has good damage, good animation. Better than the Bat. So Moonlight, he did utilize this the small advantage that is given to him hero-wise. The only way that you actually die versus the Bat Rider is if you want to go for an onslaught and he cancels it with the Flame Break, which isn't too hard, but isn't the easiest thing to accomplish either. So I'm guessing that he just always kept himself safe. We saw the Bat didn't even skill up the Flame Break, even though he is saving the skill point, so it might come out.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Nefrit is struggling. I mean, it's to be expected. You're really not gonna win the lane versus the Seeker. Palantimos is having a really good time. Moonlight TPing away. There's a lasso, my friend, so that's not gonna work. He doesn't have a flame break, but Moonlight is already dead, really. There's absolutely no chance you're getting out of that one alive. And he also used the TP, so that's a disaster. 9 class is in a lot of trouble. He's gonna dodge the damage, but Mary seems like he's gonna be chasing forever. Boundless Strike to stop the Sunray, but that Fire Spirit is gonna be just enough damage, just enough to finish him off. I don't like the animation, though, with the blood on the ground. He got burnt to a crisp. All of that, it's evaporated. Nefrit, you could be next. They don't have a way to break the TP, so as soon as he sees something as an issue, just go for a TP out. He's not doing it, Nefrit, so he has accepted his death. That's literally what has happened here. Hayes will be securing that one for himself, and Nefrit goes down. His already bad laning experience now will turn even worse, given that both him and his position 4 are dead. UALEIKUMNIHAO, some nice sequence of events for them, especially starting with that kill in the mid lane, because Moonlight was doing better than the Bat, and then you kill him, you get one more kill, and that now there's a 1,000 gold difference between the mid laners and between the teams. That's pretty much the difference between the teams now. Sugargrat farming well. 7 Jesu, he was sent back to the base. He is still okay, right? His farm hasn't suffered too much. But if you compare him to his carry counterpart, of course he's not gonna be feeling too happy. Doom has the break creep. Yeah, doesn't really do much. I guess breaking the Slark, he's not gonna be getting any Essence Shift stacks. They are converging onto the Seeker on the bottom lane. That's a pretty dead Seeker. Too many heroes on Palantimo, so will be taken down. Nefrit secures the kill. Moonlight. This rotation cost him a lot of time, so maybe he wanted more, but to be honest, Team Sexy, they need their utility hero to be doing better. If you can't get those aura items earlier, they're just not as strong as the game progresses, right? Early on, they're beasts. None of your heroes can die because of the damage mitigation that you provide with some of them, heals with the mech, with then mitigation with the pipe. But as time progresses, it's just not as valuable. Jump in onto the Rubik. The arrow will connect. He's dropping low. He does get his spells off. And 7 Jesu. Well, that's gonna be a Slark kill. Absolutely nothing you can do about this one. Or 7 Jesu still alive. Now he will be going down, but not without a return. Till the end, he will punish Hayes for killing his laning buddy. And 2 for 1 It is still a problem that side lanes are completely free for UALEIKUMNIHAO. So even though you're winning the trade, all in all, in terms of farm distribution, you're still losing. But it's not the worst thing in the world, to be honest. At least experience is always going to be nice. And you need the Primal Beast to do better. 9 class DPE out. He was found by the Phoenix. Obviously not going to be able to get taken down by the Phoenix, but Phoenix is level 5. So this bottom lane, in terms of experience, UALEIKUMNIHAO, they are in an amazing spot. Right, and who's gonna deal with the Phoenix tech early on? Mirana is your best bet. Slark isn't really gonna be part of the fights, and even if he is, his HP is a little bit too low to be able to get close to the egg. Moonlight, Shadow. Palantimos knows. He knows he wants to get safe. This is gonna be a very early Maelstrom on the Seeker. I mentioned it in the draft. This hero can sometimes get shut down, slowed down, and then you're in trouble. But with a very early Maelstrom, it all changes. Mary, getting gone on, is probably gonna die here. But let's see if there's gonna be any kind of response. Hayes, no lasso, so no kill. Phoenix didn't have his level 6 just yet. Even if he had, the question is if you get it off. They really did combo their stuns quite nicely, and the burst damage of Team Sexy not to be underestimated till the end. Guessing he's not gonna fight that one arrow. Barely misses there. And 7 Jesu, he finds the Indus rune. He might be coming over. Slark level 6, pretty fast. Bound strike does not connect, and Hayes is going forward. Nefrit, doesn't want to be engaging into that fight, and there's the egg, right? The second that the egg comes out, it is a problem. Palantimos not fast enough, not strong enough to be able to chase down the Primal Beast, so it's a 1-for-1 with the Phoenix dying, but also with the Phoenix egg going down, sorry, but also they do remove a ward. Begzen, there's the level 6. Immediate steal of the onslaught. Begzen will be able to engage from a pretty long range. Slark doesn't want to be on the top lane because of the Doom, right? You can easily die. Though Slark is one of the best heroes to bait a Doom on early on, because you can hide in the trees. It's going to be a problem. The second you get into the trees, your Shadow Dance starts working and you start healing through the Doom damage. Of course, if you get super low and the Thirst sees you, then that is no longer an option. Sexy, they're gonna go for a smoke. They did the ward, the enemy ward there as well. That's quite nice. Palantimos should be somewhat aware of this, but probably feels like they should go for this one. He's not coming close. Very smart decisions there from them. UALEIKUMNIHAO, they know that something might be coming their way. Rubik is coming over. To be honest, now there's more heroes of the Radiant than of the Dire here, even though they were the ones that were preparing themselves for a fight. So Team Sexy, I have issues here. They're gonna have some serious damage problems. Moonlight, yeah, he stops the onslaught. You don't want to be going in there. It's gonna end up badly for you. Let's put it bluntly as it is. Phoenix is pretty low in net worth. The thing with this hero is you need levels. You don't really need items. I mean, items are always nice. You're not gonna be mad about a shard, maybe Shiva's. Mary, she's gonna go over that cliff. That's not gonna be happening. We'll be taken down quite easily. The bat is coming over. They want to fight. Going to man. Sign of that. The damage that you take is actually quite high. Onslaught. They push him out. Beautifully done by the Rubik, and 9 class will be getting destroyed there. Burned to a crisp yet again. He hates the Bat Rider. All Monkey Kings do. Palantimos. Phase Boots done. Maelstrom done. He has a wand. This is a stacked Seeker. And you know what the worst part is? Is that the other cores of UALEIKUMNIHAO, they're even more farmed than him. The Doom is just staying on the top lane. No tower has died just yet, but to be honest, Team Sexy, they're the ones that have to open up the map. They're the ones that have to stop the status quo. They're just not farming as fast as their enemies, and that's not gonna change anytime soon. Clark is gonna have a Midas. Just with a little bit of pressure coming up from the Doom. 7 Jess is already screaming for a TP. But he's alive. Everything is fine. His Midas will get delivered. And he will start to ramp up some farm. Midas definitely needed, because they will not have a lot of map to farm, will they? Bergrat, 4 points in Devour. He understands these guys are not fighting us. And the top tower should finally die. They do finish off Mary on the bottom lane. He has been hiding in the trees, but never gets to go with the Sunray over the cliff and TP away. So hasn't been successful at doing that. And Bergrat invading the enemy jungle to get some Midases in. So it's gonna be a 1-for-1 in terms of towers. In terms of kills, in terms of towers, everything is gonna be equal. In terms of gold, that is where Team Sexy are gonna be on the back foot for now. That can change with one fight, with one big engagement, but they're gonna be needing to control more of the map because this is not good enough. And 7 Jessu, with him buying the Midas, it's pretty much apparent that he's not gonna be coming into an engagement anytime soon. Mirana found, they steal the Starstorm, it's a big one, the lasso will come out, this is a very dead Mirana, follow-up stuns are there, and Hayes will secure himself a kill.
Radiant's middle tower
Pretty
is
big
under
one.
attack.
9 class in this game, he wants to go for a Meteor Hammer. He's already committed for the recipe, so that's gonna be something he gets. And Phoenix, is he dead again? Mary is gonna pop the egg, easily taken down. No way did you save this one, but the damage is gonna be insane. And with the stolen Starstorm, everyone is dropping low. They don't have anything to cancel out that TP. Actually, stolen onslaught, and there's the rupture. He cannot move, so he's gonna throw a tantrum there, which will not save his life. The egg, you know, you could say a little bit preempted there, but in the end, baiting 2 heroes into their death is not bad at all. If he had connected with the Fire Spirits a little bit better, maybe even he lives. Obviously, that didn't happen. Bergrat, not a lot of mana, so be very careful here. He can very easily die. The stun, yeah, that's a bad usage of it. He wants to take Midas creep. Yep, nice done. He will probably lose his life. Nothing he can do about this one. Gets chased down easily. 7 Jessu immediately goes for ult. He wants more. No Firefly. So Hayes has to be careful. Of course, dying would be a serious issue. And that's Team Sexy using their Slark. This is very important, right? You need to find ways to make the Slark useful, because you would have your highest net worth hero farming with a Midas as the other 4 are getting destroyed, and in the late game, you're doing the Slark, you win the fight, right? So he cannot let that happen. He needs to alleviate a little bit of pressure off the map. And even though there's somewhat of a 4 protect 1 and he's the 1, well, the game just doesn't allow him to be as passive as he would want. If it is by kills, if it is by pushing out waves, applying pressure, it doesn't matter. The Slark has to get involved. It's dangerous, you can lose your life, but it is necessary. Nine class still working towards that Meteor Hammer. It will allow them to push out the towers a little bit more. Visage, once the Guardian Greaves, understandable, you're up against the Phoenix. The Bat Rider, you do need that one. 9 class will get pulled out of his Wukong's mana. Actually, not gonna be happening. They don't have the Firefly, but they have enough firepower to bring him down either way. Mary is the one that secures the kill. It wasn't the Blood Rite that did. Still being level 1 Blood Rite, so we can assume that the damage usually isn't gonna be enough. Still, that's a kill. A lasso again down. Every single time that we look at Hayes, he's using the lasso. Whenever he has it, he's just not afraid to use it. Mary, arrow, beautifully done. And again, they bring down the Phoenix. Mary has really been a punching bag for Team Sexy. Of course, they would like some bigger kills, but you take what you can get. And when the Phoenix is dead, UALEIKUMNIHAO, they cannot really threaten with a big team fight. But they do have 2 BKBs on UALEIKUMNIHAO, 1 on Team Sexy, so the big timings for the teams are coming through. There are some key items that are gonna be making their appearance. And one of the biggest ones also is gonna be Palantimo's BKB. I mean, when you look at it, BKBs for UALEIKUMNIHAO mean indestructibility. For Team Sexy, not so much. You have BKB piercing disables. You actually have 4 heroes that have spells that built for BKB. Monkey King caught. How dare you deward my ward, or try to, at least. Bexen is gonna be showing the muscles of the Rubik can be quite a problem as well. Smacks the Monkey King into the ground. And not with telekinesis. That's the real thing when you have both brain and brawn. Bergrat Continuing to farm, he's gonna have the blink in no time. We still haven't seen a Doom come out. And this BKB could be forced out here. Team Sexy. Ah, well, they're gonna be using the night vision of the Slark to get away from the Batrider. They expected him to come. Those boots of travels, they're not something you want to play with. Seven Jesu, he bought a Blade of Alacrity, so it is gonna be an Aghanim Scepter. I was thinking maybe Ghost Diffusal, Moonlight. Really doesn't want to give that BKB away, and the Haste Rune will allow it. But that was really close. 9 class continuing to be super annoying. He's gonna be ruptured. He is gonna be murdered. Boundless Strike didn't go for a TP, and he's just gonna be moving away in fear until finally he bleeds out. (13-10). They're still increasing their gold lead even further. The Doom now has a blink, so finally he might be willing to use his Doom. He has been completely untouched on the top lane, though I have to say he didn't get as many creeps as you would like. The Slark has been there for all this time, at least getting something for himself. The tower will fall in the mid lane, opening up the map, and to be honest, UALEIKUMNIHAO, they have all of their items, all of their spells, and they should not be stopping right now. He also has the War Stomp on the Doom. That will allow him to go in with those blinks. One downside of UALEIKUMNIHAO's lineup, they're very bad at taking Roche. Same is true for Team Sexy, but at least they're gonna have some of these utility items on the Visage. We have had pretty much a stalemate here for the... I mean, for 20 minutes, really. There have just been some kills here and there, but teams have mostly been dodging each other. Slark is 600 gold away from his Aghanims. Of course, he will be disassembling the Echo Saber. But he already has enough attack speed because of the Midas. This is the thing, Midas on the Slark is also a damage dealing item. It's a very important to have attack speed on him. On some heroes, it doesn't contribute much. On Slark, it really does. Seven Jesu, jumped on, Doom, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, nothing to do. They have the vision to see him and they will take him down easily. He has been farming all of this time just to get Doom. Doom will get smacked into the ground. The arrow will connect as well. Do they have enough damage? He's gonna have the BKB, but he will never get a chance to use it till the end. Will get ran down as well, and Hayes secures himself a double. Somebody could have blocked that arrow, and maybe it would have been better. The Rupture onto the Primal Beast. He pops the BKB. That is not gonna save you. Palantimo's attacks a little bit too fast. And they get 3 heroes to go their way, plus the 9-second BKB of the Primal Beast, whereas, well, UALEIKUMNIHAO, they haven't used a single charge of theirs. That's just it. We don't have to. That's in. Threatening going forward with the Tumbler's Toy. The Visage is a little bit too cautious to get caught by 2 supports without any Blink Daggers. The only mobility spell they have is the Phoenix Dive, and really, it's not a catch spell, is it? Can slow down a little bit, create space for your teammates to come in, but you need to be a little bit closer. Nice deny on the rune. Effort using his familiars quite nicely till the end. This time around, he did have the leaps necessary to get away from Haze. So Bat not going for a blink. It is going to be an Octarine Core, somewhat of a staple build for a Batrider. Aghanims on the Slark. Meteor Hammer on the Monkey King. So some items are there for Team Sexy, but I'm still looking at their lineup and I'm thinking, yeah, this is not the time to fight. But, or not the easiest time to fight. But, the Slark with an Aghanim Scepter, he can jump in and out, he can create chaos in a fight, and that's exactly what they're looking for. Chaos right here, right now. UALEIKUMNIHAO, they're all together. You're going up against 3 BKBs. This is really dangerous. Now they're 5 heroes together. You're not running in a good position. They will jump onto the Phoenix. The arrow will not connect, so he can get his egg off. There it is. This is a disaster run. No, they're turning around onto the egg. They have to kill it, and they will. But what happens after it now? We'll see. Palantimo's actually getting low. He has the BKB. He has to run. Nobody's low. He's not that fast. Palantimo, he's dead. This fight, they might have been ready for it. Actually, Palantimo's still living, but no one will die, so his HP isn't going to be coming back. UALEIKUMNIHAO, they have to run. They pop their BKBs. They have nothing to fight with any longer. Haze, without the Firefly, he has nothing. He is dead. They found the fight. Team Sexy. It looked like it's going to be a disaster for them. But that egg did go down, and damage wasn't sufficient from the side of UALEIKUMNIHAO. If you don't have vision, if you don't see anyone not engaging with the Doom, you will all die, and that's exactly what happened in that fight. 9 class, you will be surviving as well, has more than enough armor to live through those tower shots. 5 for 1. Team Sexy find themselves a fight that brings them completely into the game. They were losing for the majority of it. Now with the 1k goal lead, UALEIKUMNIHAO, they are not happy. Of course, now they're going to be the ones that are going to be searching for a fight. They have this, I'd say, 30-second window when it's still daytime. During the night, it's not going to be easy versus the Slark. But still, I'm actually surprised that the Seeker didn't do any damage in that fight. Did I have a problem with targeting? I probably should have focused on the supports more. Because as a Seeker, if you're up against multiple targets, you're in trouble. But if you're chasing people after you've killed some of them and getting that HP back, then it's a problem. Still, they got surprised, didn't get their spells off in time. 7 Jesu now is gonna have a shard. What does the shard allow you to do? Use it on all of your heroes, get close to the egg, kill it. Yes, the Doom can come in with the War Stomp, but at least you guys are not gonna be taking all that much damage. I like it that he got the shard. And going for a Mithril Hammer. We'll see if that's gonna be a BKB or a Basher. Those are the 2 items that he could get with it. But the Slark being top of the network chart is huge. It's really huge. He was behind all 3 of these scores before that fight. And that's it. One fight. It can change everything. And Team Sexy, they found the perfect one. A gem was bought by UALEIKUMNIHAO. They're aware. They probably lost that fight because of vision. And they want to go out on the map. To be honest, they didn't lose that fight because of vision. Team Sexy just found a perfect angle. And now they're going to find the tier 2 as well. No more glyphs, so it will be taken down. 9 class. I don't see him escaping this one. So he will be dropping. Gleipnir on Palatimos. They found him. They'll get low enough. And Nefrit will be taken down as well. They don't need to use the Doom. Grave Chill to allow him to escape, to be somewhat fast, but he's not moving. He's way too slow to get out. He's gonna go with the Stone form. And fairly soon he's gonna come back to his mortal form here, where he can be taken down. Immediately TP towards the top lane, jump in onto the Slark. 7 Jesu pops the ulti, turns around, fights Shergarat. Let's go! Let's go, Doom! Well, both of them will decide it's not time to fight just yet. But the rest of Team Sexy, there it is. The arrow is coming through. If it connects, this is a dead Doom. No one in this world can save you. The TPs are coming through, so the chase seems to be on. Drums have been played. And that's gonna be enough movement speed on the side of Team Sexy to get him away.
Radiant's top tower is under
But
attack.
they don't want to get away for that long. The Slark will have his ulti in 30 seconds, and he has the Death Shroud, so effectively has one ulti left. So there it is, jump onto the Batter. He's taking a lot of damage. Where's the arrow? It's not gonna connect, but it doesn't need to. Damage will be sufficient. Yes, Max, and we did want the bonus. Thank you for giving us that. And with the egg popping, yep, they're going for more. 7 Jesu, he knows there's no point in stopping right now. He sees everything. Palatimos has been jumped, and again will be smashed into the ground. The Phoenix is going to be in a lot of trouble as well. The Hammer can't connect anyone. The poor Phoenix, he cannot escape. Rupture was used onto Moonlight. And 7 Jesu, he just stays there, takes the tower shot so his teammate can get himself away. It's going to be a long TP, an effort TP to the same mid lane tower, but it doesn't matter. They're all out. They get themselves out of a deep dive without any casualties. The Slark has 34 stolen initiative stacks, which means that the Roche is not that impossible for a team that otherwise isn't that great at it.
Radiant structures are fortified.
This is what it means to the player comfort heroes. You just do everything perfectly, whereas UALEIKUMNIHAO, they just didn't use their advantage too well. They had a 7k gold lead 20 minutes in, which isn't insurmountable, but it's pretty solid.
Radiant's courier has been
Now they've taken the gem. They have the Bash on the Slark. Mage Slayer is there as well. He has the Aegis. This is just gonna be beautiful for him. Vexen, he does have a force staff to get himself away from the arrow. Lotus Orb used on Moonlight. They'll be safe. You don't want to Doom over that one. The Lotus Orb is actually huge. Any kind of purge on the side of Team Sexy is insane. That's definitely the best item they could have gotten. Might get one more. Lark wants a Scotty.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay. I thought maybe a Lincoln's would be better. We'll see if he goes through with it. Stats are definitely a better choice. Currently finishing something like a Bloodthorn probably doesn't feel too good. Staying with the Mage Slayer for now is good enough. Because it looks like Team Sexy do have the damage to finish off some heroes. They need to be the ones initiating UALEIKUMNIHAO. Daytime is gonna come soon, so they're not gonna be added night vision for the Slark. So maybe, just maybe, you can find the right jump. Sexy, they're in a smoke. Going to the big jungle here. They want to fight. Will place a ward and a sentry jump in from the Doom. But not where he wanted. The bee's gonna be smashed in the ground. Beautiful leg positioning. You have to run. You have to run. Everybody's burning. You will not be able to kill it. You will all die and burn. Paladin was very fast. Very soon. That speed will be taken away from them. He cannot run. There's absolutely no way he can do it. The Rubik coming through, pushing everyone aside. I got this guy. Nefrit will go to the stone form. And 7 Jesu re-engaging the fight. He actually wants to fight. He has his ulti going for the Phoenix. Phoenix will be taken down. Vexen might be next on the menu. No, he's focusing onto this Palantimo's Bloodseeker and he cannot run. And this means 7 Jesu is just way too strong. They were baited in by Nefrit. They thought they had this fight, but they were wrong. Everything was perfect with an egg in a perfect spot, but now they're just gonna be hunted down and shanked by this Slark. He's gonna be cutting down Vexen before it. Nefrit will finish him off with the Soul Assumption. 24 to 21. And another fight going in favor of Team Sexy. UALEIKUMNIHAO, they thought this was it. They thought they won that engagement. The fight was over. But they're not the only ones that have a say in it. Batrider caught, has a TP away, 9 class. He has already used both of his stunning abilities, so he will be getting himself out as well. That is a 19,000 net worth Slark. This guy has to die. This guy has to get doomed. It is not even a choice any longer. If you do not doom the Slark, there is a good chance, a really huge chance, that the fight is over. Not in your favor, of course. So we'll see if Shurgrat will actually be able to find him. That's why I would like the Slark to get a Lincoln Sphere. Just make sure that you're not the ones getting doomed. That was perfect. Egg on the high ground, enemies coming in, you see everything, you bring 2 of them down. Phoenix caught. Where's the Force Staff? Where's the vision? He's gonna catch him again, and the arrow does not connect, a little bit too short. Mary did dodge it there to the right. He has eaten so many arrows now that he can feel when they're coming. The Wraith Pact is something that the Monkey King wants. Looking at the heroes of UALEIKUMNIHAO, their attack speed is pretty minuscule. Bloodseeker doesn't want to be using his right clicks on that. He does have the shard on the Seeker, so that definitely does help in terms of damage dealt. But it has to be the Slark that dies. If you rupture him, if you doom him, very low chances of him being saved. The thing is, he still has an Aegis for a minute, so you're gonna have to wait it out. Scotty's done. It wasn't the Lincoln's going full on stats, and now the thing is, with that many stats, even if you get doomed and you stand your ground and fight, you might actually win it. It's not out of the question. We'll see how it works out. They only have 1 outer tower left in UALEIKUMNIHAO. They were the ones that took down the mid lane tower first and just didn't use it at all. They had all the advantage in the world. Team Sexy seems to be a step ahead. AC on the Visage. Mirana has had those drums and the Lotus Orb. Lotus Orb has really come in handy. I guess that's gonna be the one that you're putting onto the Slark. Turn everything. All of the ruptures, the lifts, the lassos, the dooms. They don't come through. Oh, look at Slark's positioning. He's like, yeah, my Aegis is expiring, but I'm in my jungle, and they're preparing to smoke, it seems like. Even though UALEIKUMNIHAO, they're in the smoke themselves. They're hiding their triangle, but very a good couple of times in this game it was proven that even with a good positioning, in the end they're the ones that are lost. Moonlight, he sees Vexen. Might be a solid place to engage, but they know The rest of them are on the high ground. Ideally would want to fight there in the mid lane, but I'm pretty sure UALEIKUMNIHAO won't allow it. So now the play from Team Sexy is push in the bottom lane and then try to catch someone in the mid lane, or catch someone in the bottom lane if they're not careful, like Bexon is not. He does have a Glimmer Cape, he does have a Force Staff, so probably feels like he's not gonna be caught. He's currently in a good position for him to survive. Raid Pack did come out. We already talked about it. Right clicks, attack speed on UALEIKUMNIHAO, apart from the Seeker, is bad. On Light Shadow, they're gonna be running into vision. They are spotted, but immediately they take care of that vision, so they will be reclaiming the triangle once again. This is something that UALEIKUMNIHAO will have to fight for before the next Roche. They're not gonna have a chance to engage the Roche, at least not from an angle that is beneficial for them. So now a smoke from the other side. Oh, these heroes. We're gonna be jumping in. The Slark is invis. You don't see him. This is a problem. 7 Jesu goes for his ult immediately. Oh no, they doomed Nefrit. This is not gonna be good enough. Hayes jumps in. Let's see if they can finish him off. He's a big part of the fight as well because of all the utility that is, but he has a buyback. He might even use it immediately. 7 Jesu dropping low, turns around onto Diek. He used the ulti. Actually, Diek, if it pops, it's gonna be a problem. Mirage trying to kill it. No, it's not gonna be happening. They go one too deep. Oh, dooming Nefrit seems like it has gone really well for them. The Slark could have disengaged, but 7 Jesu, with past experiences, thought that he was stronger than he actually was. And look at it, they did 2,000 damage. Just goes to show, if you're not one to jump, if you're not one to choose it, all went so well, they saw them, and now a bonus will be there as well. Lasso wasn't used, only now will it get used to finish off the king. Imagine what kind of a king you are. You run away from a battlefield after all of your loyal subjects have died for you. Hayes will punish him for it, but still, coming back into that last fight, I guess Team Sexy, this time around, they overestimated themselves, and they really were ahead. Not any longer, though, a 5-0. This is the second time in this game that we see a team that's leading quite substantially at that gets completely wiped without getting anything themselves. I actually thought Nefrit was gonna buy back immediately into that fight. They were gonna re-engage, but nope, they got demolished. So it seems like Nefrit is a big part. I guess this Visage does do a lot of damage, you know, kind of like the Darkseer factor in fights. You have so many other heroes that are more farmed, but because of all the buffs that he provides to his team, he is a problem. Of course, both these heroes do a lot of damage. I'll be talking about the Darkseer too much, given that he's not part of this game and hasn't really been picked that much here in Division 2, even though I've seen him in Division 1, some other tournaments, but here teams are staying away from it for now. Valentino's level 20. The Seeker is getting stronger and stronger. He wants the Abyssal Blade, and well, it's gonna be done fairly soon. But that means no buyback just before the second Roche. Usually, second Roche buybacks are what matters the most. If that is the case here, but neither of the teams are putting a lot of emphasis on that. Slark does have one. That is a huge deal. Upstream core on the Doom. He's not going Refresher. He wants to get a Shiva. That's a good defense for the egg. People tend to forget about the passive part of it. That's just reducing attack speed. Monkey King hiding in a tree as a tree. A tree on a tree, that's not suspicious at all. You're gonna Doom the Slark, Lotus Orb. It came a little bit too late and he will be taken down. He does have a buyback. Arrow gonna be connecting just as the BKB ends. Immediate buyback does come through. This looks like a dead Batrider. He's gonna try to survive. To no avail. No chance you get out of that one alive. He does have a buyback. He wants to join again. Mary, a little bit of trouble. He does have DX. It doesn't seem like he'll want to use it, and he does go for it. That's gonna be an easy takedown. An arrow onto the Rubik. Him using DX. He dodged the arrow and it went onto the Rubik instead. So a little bit of a problem there, sacrificing both yourself and your teammate, where you could have ate that arrow like a man, saved the egg, and well, the Rubik would be alive right now, but that just means the Roche, so Slark's buyback now is going to be covered at least for the next 5 minutes with an Aegis. So if everything goes well for Team Sexy,
Fallen to the death.
7 Jesu is gonna have his buyback back without many issues. There will be that a small 2.5-minute window. So Mirana gets a shard.
Radiant's
I
top
guess
tower
Monkey
is under
King
attack.
and the Primal Beast don't have that good shards. Mirana's shard is pretty bad, but versus the Phoenix Egg, it actually can work out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
9 class, he did disassemble
Radiant's
his
middle tower has fallen.
Meteor Hammer.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Team Sexy now, they're getting everything. Slark found the DD. Look at the damage that he's dealing. He actually doesn't have that many essential stacks stolen, considering that he bought back from that fight was a little bit too late. But he still has 13 permanent stacks, so that's a lot of damage. And ninja gear, okay, so it's a ninja fish. Some people would say it's absurd, but you have ninja turtles, so why wouldn't you have a ninja fish boy?
Excellent.
He also fits the theme with this Sanjan Yasha on his back. Having these nice knives that he made in prison. You guys are thinking like, no, he doesn't have a Sanjan Yasha. There's a cosmetic on the Slark. You have an SNY on your back, which is the one that he is sporting right now. But the gold lead for Team Sexy, it's somewhat back. It used to be 10k. 5k is still not to be underestimated. 40 minutes into the game, though, it's not the network that is going to win, but Vision
Radiant's bottom
and
tower
who
is under
engages
attack.
first. Visage now has an A on disc. That's going to be something. It's definitely going to help if he's the one initiated on Light Shadow. Getting in the shadows, jumping from the Doom. He used it onto Nefrit there. He's trying to run away. Day on disc will pop. Lasso has been used in the back lines, but the Monkey King, that's not really the biggest skill that you want. Both the Egg and the Lasso and the Doom used, and you got a position for support. Of course, supports on the side of Team Sexy are relatively farmed, but it's not that big of a deal still. The Doom going down is a big deal. They will go for a smoke. Do they really want to fight here? Doom does have a refresher, so another Doom is at his disposal. He didn't go for a Shiva. Exen, Glimmer Cape and going in. The enemies are on the high ground, so you can't really get to them that easily. The smoke is still going through. But very nicely read by Team Sexy. They're not going to be caught off guard here. Slark throws himself in the mid lane a little bit there. He was under the smokes, but they still saw the dark pack go through, jump onto the high ground, and finally Team Sexy, they get what they came for, and that's gonna be a triangle control once again. This is the third time in this game they have taken control of the UALEIKUMNIHAO triangle. A on disc on the Rubik, he's level 20, he has the shard, so saving people with the shard is gonna be quite easy. As the game is progressing, the more and more this Phoenix Sunray will be an issue, right? You do have only one BKB on Team Sexy. That's the Primal Beast with a 6-second one. So, you know, this is... this Phoenix is gonna be more and more of an issue. As time passes by, he doesn't have that much in terms of farm, but he has the levels. Level 25 on Haze that is approaching. No one else, I think, is that close. So far, though, Team Sexy seem to not want to stay in the enemy jungle for long.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Understandably so. But they want to be pushing the bottom lane. They have the Aegis for another minute. 7 Jesu coming forward. Doom again has his refresher. Batrider has bought a fresh one as well. So double Lasso, double Doom. Have to keep our eyes open for that in fights. Light Shadow used. Again, they're going into the triangle. They're just doing such a good job. They force you to the bottom side of the map. They overtake your triangle. They force you to the bottom side of the map. They force your triangle. At one point, you're not going to have any more things. They do a put on in terms of wars. They found the Nefrit Visage, but that's not going to matter too much. In the end, the egg does come out. They have to kill it. They have to kill it now. But the Lasso onto the Monkey. 7 Jesu coming forward. The egg does die. Just barely. He can't buy back till the end. Dropping low Sugargrass. Being surrounded by enemy heroes. But he still gets the Doom onto the Slark. The Aegis will still be there for 17 seconds. So he should be relatively safe here. But they did lose 3 of their heroes. Was only finishing off Mary. Slark, his Doom is going to be expiring. But so is the Aegis. In a couple of seconds, jumping forward. The blood The flame break will keep him away. Oh, what a jump in from the Phoenix. Get down, Palantimos. I'm going to be saving you, but I'm giving my life away. That's going to be a dieback. Palantimos running it again. The Slark jumps away. 7 Jesso, he wants to live, but one thing and being able to do different things. Smashed and destroyed. Now they're going to be destroying Palantimos, putting him into the ground, but he's not going to die from your tantrum, my friend. And now the bashes are going to come through. The attack speed is there. You're not going anywhere. Trampling the ground that we will bury you in. And Nefrit, he is the one that the lasso was on at the start of the fight. Now he will be easily brought down. The fight will go heavily in favor of UALEIKUMNIHAO, and this Seeker just went around the fight and killed everybody. There were some buybacks coming out in that fight, but the thing is that UALEIKUMNIHAO, they just used one. And that is the biggest of deals. Double Doom, double lasso, not to be underestimated too much there. And you know what the thing is? Both these guys have Octarine Core, so they will be having those every single fight. That is a big problem. Right, in 40 seconds there's gonna be a refresh on the bat. But same on the Doom. Team Sexy, they still have a Rax advantage though. There's no gold, not there any longer. The bat is going for an arcane blink. That means there's gonna be some instant lassos coming out, ones that you cannot react to. Most of the times, and Bloodseeker is gonna have a butterfly delivered after that fight. That's gonna be his item. I really like it. So Batrider went for the flame break, applies 2 sticky napalm stacks. That's gonna be even more damage coming out from him once he starts dishing out those flame breaks. For now, it seems like UALEIKUMNIHAO, they're not too committed on going high ground. Maybe they try to force a glyph right now, but it's 25 seconds before their enemies are alive. So preparing for a next fight might be better. Let's see what Palantimos wants to do. He's going forward for now. Glyph will get forced out. That should be enough for them to bail. And it will be. So Seeker approaching his level 25. I guess 2 rupture charges are a big deal. That's probably going to be the one that he goes for. I don't know if you want the 3rd movement speed. It's already looking good. Till the end, he's going to be a nice, cool guy to give everyone the Roche timer. Team Sexy, they're still not out of it. They still have Arax ahead. They have that bottom tier 3 that fell as well. So one good fight, and they could take everything. The thing is, buybacks now are not in their favor. They used a couple of those in the previous fight. When you look at UALEIKUMNIHAO, all the important ones have it. Doom doesn't, but that's because he's a greedy guy and is buying items. Pulverize goes through Magic Immunity. It is gonna be ready now. That is a big deal. So finally they have a BKB piercing disable on the side of Team Sexy. They didn't have that for the majority of the game. Especially when you're playing against 2 heroes who have double BKB, it tends to be a problem. 9 class. It says 9 class and then right next to it says Deveti class. I don't know if it's Russian or Ukrainian for 9 class as well. Mary. He has his Twitch name there, so of course guys follow all of the pro players, give them some love on their Twitch channels, but follow here on the Paragon English channel as well. Oh, I'm guessing all of you guys have already done that. We've been having some fun for 2 tours already, and this one is coming close to an end after this day. We're gonna have like 1.5 weeks left of tour 2. The gold lead, 7,000. This is the most that UALEIKUMNIHAO has had in this game. Last time they had 7,000, they got wiped, 5 of their heroes died, and they couldn't do anything. But what did Palantimos get in terms of his talents there? So he got the rupture charges. Yeah, makes sense. I'm not going to be getting anything else. It's going to be an Aghanims in the Roche. Guess the Doom can get that one. Oh, they're coming from the side. The Stark has found the Phoenix, silences him up, and he's dead. That Bloodthorn is really doing a lot of damage. The Aghanims on Sugargrad going forward, so he definitely wouldn't have needed one. He's going to be doing the Monkey King. That's not the biggest of heroes that you want to be going in. 7 just jumps in. He actually saves 9 class. And now Sugarrat is dropping low. He did do Nefrit. So Nefrit, you don't want to get close to him if you're an ally. Buyback comes out from the Doom, but the arrow connects onto the Bloodseeker. Someone needs to save him. Someone needs to save him now, and the arrow will not connect. Now they turn around. This Primal Beast is a goner. Valentimos a little bit too fast, but the Roche will be taken by 7 Jesu. Very nicely done. A sneaky, sneaky guy. He escaped prison, stealing the Roche. Definitely in his skill kit, jumping onto the Rubik, the is keeping him safe, but look at how much damage 7 Jesu is doing. He has all the stats in the world. Your stats are mine. Your lives are mine as well. 7 Jesu, his ulti, he has it again. He wants Sugarrat. A couple of hits, it's not going to be good enough. Now goes into the bat. The nice blink out coming out from Hayes. He will be fine. With Slark, he has the Aegis. He has the cheese. He has so many lives to play with. He's going to be hiding in the trees there. Seems like he's being spotted, trying to hide, wants to heal. Sugarrat will jump on him. They want to take him down because he has too many stacks. Will be able to do it. He's left all alone in this world, and they will not allow him to bounce away. You are ours, my friend. He's gonna try to live with each of these 10 seconds. He's gonna have a depth shot. We're gonna put you under before that. The buyback from Palantimos and from Sugarrat comes into play. They overtake that fight. 2 heroes of Team Sexy, they don't have it. But the other 3, they do. So pushing isn't gonna be that easy. Especially with you not having Aegis any longer. Look at that damage being dealt by the cores of UALEIKUMNIHAO. Their supports, they literally don't do anything, right? Okay, Rubik is forcing blah, blah, blah. But the poor Phoenix died before the fight even started. I hyped him up as the big team fighter. He just dies and his team is unstoppable even despite that. Arcane Blink on Hayes. We talked about their off-screen cores. We got the Aghanims. I guess the Slark, because I don't see any axes on UALEIKUMNIHAO. Was it the Doom? No, he would have had a lot more in terms of net worth.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Anyways, they're going for their axes. Team Sexy, they're not buying back. They are probably gonna let this one go. Jump in, Moonlight going in. Actually, no, they're buying back onto Sugarrat. They know if they kill these 2, it's gonna be a problem. Sunray is saving them, healing up Sugarrat quite a lot. Ildeon jumping in is just gonna be burned. Sugarrat uses the ulti on himself, but he doesn't have the vision to go forward. Jump out of the depth shot. 7 Jesu, you need to be careful. You don't have your ulti, but he is still under it. He will be jumping away just in time. 7 Jesu lives. Buyback from the Rubik. Moonlight Shadow was already used, and that Wukong's command, I don't really know what that was all about. Moonlight does chase forward, and well, speaking of shadows, that's exactly what he's gonna have, what he's gonna become. This is now a complete disaster for Team Sexy, because you bought back on the Slark, right? You could say you had win condition, kill the Seeker, but currently you are weaker. You are weaker, definitely, as a Slark. Weird. So, okay, the Slark did take the Aghanims, and now he gave it to the Visage, so Visage is gonna have that one. I haven't seen a Visage Axe for quite some time. It's the Silent as the Grave. So you can go Invis, and once you get out of Invis, you do a lot more damage with both your hero and your familiars. Moonlight does have his buyback back. That is big. But after that Agnum's Blessing, Nefrit is actually the one topping the Nefrit shot. So this is not to be underestimated. Sugarrat dropping low, but he's still gonna be fine. The buyback from the Mirana, immediate ulti from her. The chase is on. No refresher on the bat. Doesn't have the ulti, doesn't have the BKB. Now is the best time to fight if your Team Sexy. But they can't get on top of their enemies. They just can't do it. Already, UALEIKUMNIHAO, they're gonna get themselves out. Monkey King level 25. He does have the double, or the double the radius of the Wukong's command. The problem is he doesn't do that much damage. Of course, it does add up. It's a big AoE. But imagine if he had something like a Deso. It would already be much stronger of a spell. So maybe he decides to go for something like it. We'll see. Well, look at that effigy of the Tusk. Uppercut with a hook. That must hurt. Bloodseeker has that refresher. In 50 seconds, he will have it off cooldown. Clark has found the DD rune, but I don't see him being able to force out a fight during its duration, and it will expire. Are still looking tense here between the two teams. The longest game that we've had so far was the 2 days ago. The last game that we watched that day, 83 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check it. So this one does have a potential 82-37. This has the potential to go over that one. For that 53 minutes was the longest one, so this one has beaten those records as well. The main one, not just yet. Light Shadow Team Sexy trying to use their vision here to go forward. Nefrit with the 3 birds. He's level 25 as well with 26. 5 talent of his. Oh, Batrider, he has found the lasso. The Monkey King in a lot of trouble. The Monkey King is dead. Sureglad not afraid to use his Doom because he knows this is going to be coming out fairly quickly. Slark, he has a refresher as well. With the buyback from the Monkey King, it will stop the chase. Both of the teams very much spooked to engage. That's the thing. Team Sexy, they have better vision, right? Their heroes are better at finding enemies. You have the Monkey King, you have the nighttime vision of the Slark, Moonlight Shadow, all of those things to contribute. Also, the birds from the Nefrit Visage will help. But the 2 gems are on the side of UALEIKUMNIHAO, who once they jump, they're definitely going to win a fight. Team Sexy, they have to play it a little bit better, right? It has to be a pulverize into an arrow, then you know that you're going to be getting a kill. Maybe. Against the Rubik, there's an Aeon Disc and those kind of things. Doom, though, when someone gets doomed, that hero is pretty much a goner. But Team Sexy, they need a longer fight. Having better vision, that's gonna help. But usually better vision is more beneficial when your lineup is good and engaging, jump in, kill somebody. Not something that they have. This is why their lineup, it falls off. It's not so easy to play. They're gonna be needing some hexes. They want this to work. Slark Force not gonna be getting one. He wants the Abyssal Blade. Gonna take some time.
I'll take that.
Batrider, he wants the Agonist Blessing. Bexen jumps in, puts down a sentry ward. Will be taking down a ward there. Miss on the arrow. Not on point there with the Marana. Bexen will be fine. With an Aeon Disc and the Ogre Seal Totem probably would have been fine either way. Slark, that Bloodthorn, it's not to be underestimated. Someone gets stunned, caught. He can rip them apart in seconds. Ooh, they saw the bat jumping in. Arcane Blink, he doesn't find anything. Jesu, he sees him. Haze. Oh, that's gonna be removed immediately. Nice Dark Path just in time, but here comes Sureglad with an AoE Doom. They're all gonna be getting away. Nice Lotus Orb there. So you're gonna be lasting yourself inside of the Wukong's command. They're fighting the Monkey King. They don't care about your Monkey Warriors. And they bring him down with ease. The Rubik does keep him alive, jumping in. There's the Doom. The arrow is flying through. The Slark is fighting. He knows he cannot escape this one. He has to fight till the end, but they're gonna bring that one immediately. Now everybody will get taken out. What are you gonna do without your carry? Well, you will burn, die, get doomed, get killed, and lose this game. Number 1, UALEIKUMNIHAO will come out as the victors of that fight, and Team Sexy, without buybacks on 4 of their heroes that are all dead, will call GG. It's gonna be a 56 minutes and a 25-second long game. So we don't get into tier 5 item territory, but it was still an epic game that UALEIKUMNIHAO come out as the winners. Monkey King there. We saw him on the during the game. Didn't look too good. 9 class. I had a lot of faith in his Monkey King, but there were a lot of counters in this game. He had to deal with the Phoenix, the Batrider. I mean, all of that is a problem. And then you have pretty fast heroes. The Doom, the Seeker, even the Rubik can catch you. So he just wasn't able to have the impact that he usually has on his hero, and didn't really show to UALEIKUMNIHAO why every other team just bans the Monkey King at the start. 9 class was figured out, and his position for Monkey King didn't work. This was a long game, a fun game. We did have a lot of back and forths. In the end, UALEIKUMNIHAO come out as the victors. Their late game team fight with a double lasso, double Doom, the egg. It was just too much for the side of Team Sexy to handle, and in the end they will lose. They did show us some beautiful fights despite being behind. They find fights, they destroy 5 heroes, they lose nothing, they get the lane racks, but in the end it was not enough. Still, they did show their teeth to the enemy. They did show that they can definitely play ball here, and that's why they'll be prepared for game number 2, that we should get prepared as well, because it's coming right after this break.